live now. Setting up your blah, blah, blah. Yes, so we are live now. Just takes a few minutes here and there, you know.
Okay, because I can't see it yet.
You can see that I've tagged you.
I can't see it yet.
I did tag you.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna go and find your name instead.
Okay.
Oh yes, you are live.
Yeah, I am live and
Why
I've
is it
tagged you.
not tagged me?
I did tag you.
I
Maybe
can see that you've done it, but it's not showing yet.
it's not showing. So
No.
what you want to
Wait, you know
do?
what I'll do? I'm just gonna share it now. I'll share it on my wall. Yeah,
Yes,
let's do that.
yes, let's do that.
I'm looking like that because I'm sharing the other way around.
Yeah, I know. I can understand.
Yeah,
Okay,
good. I think it should be fine now.
okay. So now we are already live, so I'm gonna you be ready to be with me soon. But welcome, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Darshana Shah, and welcome to another beautiful evening of Reflections with Darshana. Today we have a very beautiful guest. Her name is Eva. She is a relationship and a dating coach, and her bio is so long. I'll have to read it. So she is the award-winning author. She's a relationship and a dating coach, as I already told you. And after her controversial debut, How to Get Laid Now, the modern man's strategy to approaching women like the boss, Eva is showing women how to stop attracting unavailable men and how to get out of their dating rut in her book, Why Am I Still Single for Women? So we have very beautiful discussions coming up, and as you know we all have so many issues in our life, and sometimes relationships are the main issues, and sort of they cover our life in such a way that sometimes we do get stressed and we do go low. And of course relationships bring joy and happiness in our life too. So that's why I thought that Eva is the best person to speak about this. So welcome, Eva, on my show.
Thank you, Darshana. Very nice to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
It's lovely to have you and lovely to see you. So, how are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm so much looking forward to talking about relationship and dating issues with you, because couple of few times also, we arranged it, and then, you were busy, I was busy, but finally Eva is here, guys. So make sure you stay tuned in. So Eva, I want to ask you, the first question is, of course, because these times are so tough, and we were almost 6 months in lockdown, and we are staying together. So some of the relations, it could be couple, it could be family, it could be brother sister, it could be like, we have never stayed so long with our family. So like we long for this holidays and spending time with our family, but now it's like they are on our face and 24/7, and it's like a bit overwhelming for some of us. So what do you think about this?
So firstly, you know what I want to say? I want to say that you are so lucky that you are tired of your family. You are so lucky that you have those people around you, that you have those people around you that you love, that you are loved, because there are people out there that have been stuck all by themselves in a small apartment since March, and they just really been alone because they don't have a partner. Maybe they are living in a foreign country, like I'm living in a foreign country. I'm not British, I'm Lithuanian, and I live in the UK. So for it, I know for someone it sounds like, oh, I wish my family just disappeared because I'm so tired of them. But I think it's important to really get into a place and be like, I'm really lucky that I have these people. However, I personally, it drives me crazy when I have to spend, like, I love my mother and I love my sisters, but I cannot stay with them for like a prolonged period of time. So I can only imagine what people have been going through when they had to spend such a long time with their family members, maybe with their husband, or it could be anyone. And I think we've seen a lot of cases where people are breaking up, where people are having divorces. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that in China now when the lockdown finished, they put a limit of how many couples can get a divorce during the week, because the number was like so high that they're like, oh, we can't do this, like we need to find a limit how to maintain it. So it is very difficult, of course, but I think there were also people that really realized, okay, during this time, I finally realized that this person that maybe I was not around them, how important that person is to me. And maybe I want to get married to that person, I want to move in with that person, and things like that. But I think with a lot of people that are in couples, it definitely has been the time to maybe even to strengthen the relationship, because for example, if your family member was not well, then you are together with your partner, you coming up with solutions and you chipping in together, okay, what I can do, what you can do. And I think during this time we were able to see each other maybe in a different kind of light that we not had experienced before, because what is happening in the world, I think it's something that we will be telling for future generations about this. And I'd like to ask people watching this, whether you are single or you are in a relationship, what has been your experience during this time, and what have you been finding the most challenging in regards to whether you are single or alone or like with other people? Because I know that whether you are single or not single, and whether you are surrounded by a lot of people or you are by yourself, you are facing different challenges. And it's always, the grass looks greener on the other side. So if you are single, you're wishing, oh, I wish I had someone I could do, I don't know, make that bread or do those TikTok challenges, or watch Netflix together. And if you're surrounded by people, you're just thinking, can I just go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and be not bothered by people around me because it's driving me crazy? So yeah, what about you? What has been your experience?
Yeah.
Because
So
from your question, I can only assume that you had a lot of people around you. Is that right?
yes, yes, we are living together. So it's always different in the Indian culture. It's like I have been always sort of working whole my life. So, it's like we are set in a particular routine that, you wake up, you have your breakfast, I do my yoga and meditation every day. You know that very well. So, I do my routine and then I'm off to work. And then, I come back in the evening and then it's a little bit of cooking and meditation and a little bit of TV. And, it's like I have never spent so much time at home. It's like, seeing your relationships. It can be with your in-laws, it can be with a lot of people. It's like you see the person in a different way. Even though, my family, they are in India, but, still, because of this lockdown, we have a lot of time on our hands. So it was actually very good to sort of reconnect with them because the time difference is long, a 4.5 hours difference between India and UK. So, this was the time when, everybody was at home and it was convenient for them, convenient for me to, hey, pick up the call and, get connected with them. In fact, I spoke to my cousins and my aunts because of this pandemic. We do worry, though we might not be in touch with them constantly. I've been in touch with a lot of people, and I see them in a different way because it has been quite a few years before we have been in touch back again. So I see it as my show is also called Reflection. So I reflect upon my relationships, and it is some are changed people. I'm being in touch with them after 5 years, and they are changed people, and it's good time to actually reflect even about our own selves, don't you think? Because reflecting on your own self actually enhances our relationship, because sometimes we are in this mode of thinking that somebody has done this or that or some negativity, but actually we need to sort of, in any relationship, I believe that if we have a good relationship with our own self, then the relationship with others naturally get enhanced.
So you mentioned a really good point about that you are doing your meditation and your yoga every day. How do you think those habits that you developed has contributed to your relationship with yourself and those around you? I would be very interested to find like how do you think it has contributed to that overall well-being of your relationships?
Yeah, so I was a very short-tempered person. Like anything like this, I used to get angry, and then I started this meditation and all, and it's not like I don't get angry now. It can never be like that, but earlier, when I used to get angry, then it was like my husband used to say, oh, I never used to speak to him like for 4 days. And then as and how I started more and more meditating, it reduced to 2 days, one day. And then it's like now it is just like few hours, and he's happy because of that. That wow, what a change, that I am like angry, and I say, I would just shut him away and everybody for 3 4 days, just do my own stuff. But meditation helped me that I do get angry, but I sort of come out of it quickly. But coming back to this, about yoga and meditation, we all have our own ways and means to cope with our daily routine, daily life. Somebody might listen to music, somebody might meditate, somebody like to read books. I like watching YouTube videos as well. So I believe you have a very huge YouTube followers, am I right?
I have a YouTube channel and I have followers, but I don't know how huge it is. I think it's quite small. I think my YouTube channel is quite small, but it's growing, and I think I'm building slowly a community. And I have videos mostly for women that maybe been attracting unavailable guys for a long time because. That's the experience that I had. And my channel is basically everything that I wish I knew maybe 5 or 10 years ago, or maybe I wish my mom told me about men. So that's what I share my YouTube channel. So yeah.
So what you wrote this book also. What inspired you to write this book? And I mean, what was the initial idea behind this book?
The book for ladies.
Yes.
Sally, I'm sorry I have to say this because my partner, he was dancing, he's trying to distract me.
She has to come and dance here then.
Oh, Darshana is saying you have to come. No, you don't have to come. So yeah, so my
It's okay.
second
She
book,
can come and say hi. I don't mind. It's my show, so
no,
I can run it whatever way I want.
no, this is my spotlight, not his.
Wow.
He has all of his. I'm joking.
All
So you
attention is
were
on you then.
you were asking about how the idea came about the second book, right?
Exactly.
So when I wrote my first book, the my first book is for men. It's called How to Get Laid Now. And when I would go to events and when I would talk about the book, there would be women coming to me and saying, "Oh, I need a book like that." So I didn't know that ladies have this problem. I always thought that ladies don't struggle when it comes to getting a man. The only struggle that I thought most women have is getting a quality man. So this is what I wrote my second book about, my Why Am I Still Single book for women. The truth I wish my mom told me about men, and it does say what I mean. It tells a lot that what I wish my mom told me about men, but also tells a lot about how to find yourself as a single woman and how to live a good life, how to look after yourself, and then once you have those parts of yourself taken care of, then I think it's easier to attract a better quality man. It's easier to attract someone that you can build a partnership, that you can respect each other, and not just someone who maybe will be disrespecting you, mistreating you, because I think people treat us in a certain way because we allow them to do that. And I say that from my own experience, that these guys that I met in the past, they were not bad people, but they were simply treating me in the way that I allowed them to treat me. So yeah, what do you think about that?
I also feel, especially in this lockdown, I realized that if somebody is behaving in certain way with you, even at workplace, it's like maybe, you have not set your boundaries right. And that's why people are, just behaving and they take you for granted. So it's very important to set your boundaries right and, have self respect. Once you have self respect, then it automatically generates, it shows when you are dealing with people at work, at home, when you are out with friends. Don't you think so?
Yeah, of course. So how do you think during the last few months, or probably the last 6 months, with all the coronavirus and everything, how your boundaries have been tested in a what different way?
Yeah, in many different ways, because it's like it's a bit for me, I was born in Bombay, and then I moved here, and it was a bit cultural shock for me. Cultural shock in a way that a city like Bombay, we were from a very nuclear family, and I noticed that people in London, especially Indians who are living in London, are very traditionally oriented, But in Bombay, we are traditional, but we are not sort of that traditional. We are like, so in Bombay, like, we want to be very modern, like as if living in abroad. And here, when we are living abroad, it's like we want to live just the way we are living in India. So the difference is that, when I was in Bombay, every weekend I used to go out and I used to watch English movies. And here it is like I watch Indian movies more. I've never watched so many Indian movies. So coming back to your question, that yes, boundaries do get tested in the way that you are living with your family, your in-laws, and their expectations are different, but you want to do things in a different way now that you have got time. So it's like a balancing act. Sometimes you put your foot down and say this is what it's going to be, and sometimes you sort of let go. Okay, you know. So, but it is how do you say, it is patience testing, because when there is a lot of cultural difference, because my in-laws, they left India many, many years ago. So, in their mind, India is like here, Indian women are here, whereas Indian women are actually here. So this gap, to fill this gap, there is a difference of opinion on everything, every point, and that's what it is about, to come together and, live together peacefully. But sometimes it doesn't happen there. There can be a blow, and it is from my side sometimes, and it does happen, but you just have to carry on, because that's the way it is. It's not like one small thing can break up the whole stuff. But yes, patience was very, very much tested, and is still being tested, because I think one more another thing is that we have not gone out much at all. I travel a lot. So, if you're out, then, on a holiday, and when you come back, then your mind is so refreshed that, the other things don't bother you as much as they bother if you're continuously, in one place under the same roof. Of course, we have different rooms, we have a big house. Still, we do come together to eat. So I would say for me, a lot of testing of patience. How about you?
Oh,
What was
yeah, for
your
me, but you
what
see, for
what
me,
what main button was pushed from your side?
I think for me, this whole lockdown thing was in different stages. So firstly, I felt very relieved because suddenly I didn't have to rush so much and I could just relax and chill more. Then I think I started getting scared and worried because I was looking too much on social media and following too much what everyone is saying, all the deaths and everything else. So I could feel like how it was affecting me. And then I went to the stage where I was like, okay, I've rested, I've consumed enough of this information that is maybe damaging me. Now it's time to do something, to get creative. So I think it's like in different stages. And also, I don't know, I'm just trying to understand, how much of everything that is being said, told around is true, and how much do I really have to be scared. And I think I'm just finding ways to find joy in smaller things. So when you mentioned, let's say, traveling, I like traveling. And I went to Sweden, when was it? In July, and just being on the plane was so much fun because I haven't been on a plane for a while because of the lockdown. But then I sometimes think, okay, the going somewhere and having those trips, is that really like I'm really enjoying this, or am I trying to run away from my everyday life because it's like an escape? So how can I create these small habits, how I can do small things every day that are bringing me a bit of joy? So I think and I think the lockdown and inability to go outside and do the fun stuff, going out or whatever your thing is, it has encouraged people to be more creative. So what can we do together, even for couples? I've seen couples that are uh, like when you could not go anywhere, they were couples that been together for decades. They are make having a date night. They're getting dressed nicely for each other. They are lighting candles. They are making a nice dinner. They are putting some nice music. They are really making an effort. So I know it's a lot of effort, and I'm not saying that I'm someone who's practicing these things every day, but I really think if there is willingness, if you put some effort, you can create those magical things around you without like breaking the bank or getting a payday loan. Because I know for a lot of people times are tough, but then I don't know how times are tough because when I go outside and like when I go to town, there are so many crowds and people are buying everything and they're buying designer stuff. So I'm thinking, is it really real what we are told that times are very tough? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I have also noticed that some people are on sort of shopping spree, and some people are struggling to get food on their table, and with the news overwhelming us all the time. So coming back to social media, of course, I do think that social media was very helpful in this lockdown. We had Zoom sessions, we had so many connections with each other, and for that, we do have to have long hours on internet and WhatsApp and Zoom and Facebook, etc., etc. But I noticed that I'm a member of one group, and it's a ladies group, and where people ask some questions, and then other people, other ladies, they sort of reply. So, one thing I noticed that women ask this question very often, that, they see that by chance they have had a chance to look at their husband's phone, and there is some porn videos there, or there is some, text messages with one particular female. So, what do you think? Because you're a relationship and dating coach, what do you think is and divorce rates? I agree with you; they are definitely going up. So, do you think that cheating is one of the topmost reasons for divorce in this time?
So I think the times that we are in, it's very important for a couple to firstly define what do you consider cheating. Do you consider cheating when your husband is flirting with a waitress? Do you consider cheating when he's sending friendly texts to his ex-girlfriend? Do you consider cheating when he's watching porn? Like what is it that you are actually considered cheating? And I think these are the conversations that people don't have, or they only have them when the problem comes. Because for me, for example, my partner watching porn, it doesn't do anything. You can watch porn, I don't mind. He sometimes shows me the funny videos that he has from lads groups, and he's like showing me the video, and he's like, ha ha, so funny. I'm like, don't show me the stuff, it's nasty. Because the stuff that some guy shared, it's just like, oh, it's gross. I don't want to see that, you know. But I think it's good if you can have that level of like openness with a partner. However, I also think that if someone cheated, it's of course very painful thing if you feel hurt, and everyone has got, you know, opinion about this. For someone, once a cheater is always a cheater. I don't think that. I think people make mistakes, and if they're willing they can change. But I also know that in our society, when a woman if like you have girlfriends and you tell that your husband, your man is cheating on you, and that you choose to stay with him when he's being like that, very often you are looked down and people are judging you. They think that maybe you are not strong enough, that you are not independent. And you know, we have these examples around us. A lot of people are saying that if Hillary Clinton actually left her husband when he was cheating, she would be the president of the United States. What do you think?
but the Clinton's thing just oh my god, I have just forgotten about those Clinton things, so never mind that. But it's not always the men are cheating. Sometimes
Of course.
even the women are cheating. So of course it's a ladies group, so they talk about men, but even women cheat. So what do you think is the reason behind cheating?
You know what I also think when it
It can
comes
be
to,
men, it can be women, but if they are cheating, what is the reason? What, according to you?
firstly, I want to say that when women are cheating, they're way more sneaky and they're way more secretive, and very often they can make it last much longer because they're very
What do
good
you
at
mean last?
concealing,
Last,
as in
last, last.
the cheating thing, you know, they can make it go for years, not as in last in bed or whatever. I don't know. So I think people can cheat, you know, for many reasons. It's what is it that you want from your partner? A lot of, I like the, I don't know if you are familiar with Esther Perel. She's a therapist,
Mhm.
and she said something very interesting, is that very often, you know, that because she's been a therapist for many years and she sees people that go through infidelity, and she says that sometimes they can be a beautiful couple and they can have a lot of love towards each other. It's not that someone may have stopped loving each other or whatever. It's not necessarily the case. Sometimes people are cheating because they want to be seen in a different way, and they want to express themselves in a different way. So, for example, you know, you are with your husband and you've been with your husband for a while, but there are sides of you that you have never shown to your husband, because there is a different you when you are with your work colleagues, with your girlfriends, with your parents, with your in-laws and your siblings. So the that person that you are cheating with, you are opening up maybe and showing these different sides, maybe you being more fun. And very often the reason people are cheating is because they want to feel alive. They feel like they're almost dead with a person that they're with, because they're so bored of everything. It's just, routine in bed, routine in the kitchen, routine everywhere in their life. So that person that they're cheating with, they can be someone else and they can experience life in a different way. What do you think?
I feel the main reason for cheating is that you somehow are not happy. It could be on any aspect, one or two, or two of the aspects in your life that you're not happy about. And then when you are continuously unhappy, 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 then you find ways to, like how you said, express yourself, or find ways to, how, like see yourself in other person's eyes in different ways. Because what happens is, when you are in a relationship, supposing if you are in a relationship, it could be your husband, it could be that you are just a living couple. So what happens is, when you are at the start point of relationship, then you are a different person, and then as you go along, after a few years, you become a different person. But sometimes it happens that the other person doesn't necessarily see you change, and then that self growth or something, that you feel you're not appreciated for whatever you've achieved in your life, or whatever is the changes, and you want a bit of, how do you say, maybe appreciation, maybe uh, you know that showing off, or but it boils down to one thing, and that is unhappiness, and that's why I think people cheat.
You think they are, do you think they're more unhappy in the relationship, or they're just unhappy inside of themselves as the way they are, like as a human being?
Yeah, it actually begins, from, like how I said earlier, it actually begins from your own self. If you're sort of unhappy in your own self, then you can't make others happy. you know it's it's just like energy. If you have this positive energy, then you spread around positivity. If you have this negative energy, then you are sad and you go more down. So it begins with your own happiness, and then because you're not, it's like in a circle. You're not happy in your own self, and then you're not able to make the other person happy. You feel the other person is not happy with you, and that's why I feel the whole cheating thing starts because of this. That's
Mm.
what is my opinion.
Yeah.
But guys, whoever are watching us, please do comment. Please ask questions as well, and we can come back and give answers to your questions again. So make sure you keep on commenting. But Eva, before you go, because you're a dating coach, I have to ask you this question. Otherwise, my audience will tell me that I didn't do justice to this talk. So, what do you think? There are so many people who are lonely, and there are so many people on other side who are with their partner, or in a relation or a marriage, and they are overwhelmed with this. So at one point there is loneliness, at one point there is overwhelmed of being together for so many months in this lockdown, and yet there are people who cannot find their partner. So what's your advice? What would you say to audience? And why do you think that people are not able to find their partner? I mean, I have so many friends who are single, and they say, no, I haven't found the right person. And same thing, I have got girlfriends, I've got men who are my friends, and they also say the same thing. Well, the right person when they come along. So what is this thing that we are? I go in this group parties and I say, wow, these are such lovely girls, and I say, wow, these are such lovely men. Why can't they mingle and find each other? So what is it that is one single thing that is a constraint, or why can't people find people?
Wow, how much time do we have? Because that's a big question.
We can go on. It's fine. It's fine.
So I think the first thing to ask these people is that, um, when you ask someone, oh, how much would you like to meet someone, from like 1 to 10, they're like, oh, 10, I'm so ready. And then, okay, so what are you doing to meet this person? And very often what people are doing, they're sitting on the sofa and they are watching Netflix and they're waiting for this special someone, significant other, to fall from the sky on their lap. They are refusing to go on online dating sites. They are refusing to be matched with their friends, by their friends, with someone. They are refusing to talk to strangers. They're refusing to go on any like meetups or whatever. So, especially if you are someone who's working from home and if you are not exposed to many people and if you're not doing online dating, I would like to ask these people, like, what is it, the spirit that you're gonna date, the special, like, what is it that you would like to date? Because the chances of you of meeting that someone is, I mean, a kind of zero, right? So then I would think, just like with everything, if your, uh, your job, you don't get enough money at the work that you are, you would be like, okay, I'm gonna be proactive and I'm gonna do something to get more money. So you're gonna do promotion, or you're gonna have, the side gig or whatever. So what are you actively doing to meet that person? And do you have a, at the end of the day, when you do all those things that you do through the day, when you spend hours scrolling, when you spend hours maybe nagging yourself for the things that you don't like about yourself and everything else, and if you have just the tiny, tiny bit of energy left, of course you're not going to use that energy to maybe go and meet people, or even if you are brave enough and you are open enough to go on online dating sites, which I'm a big advocate of. I think you can, if you know what you're doing, if you know how to use them, you can really meet someone great. I met my partner on Tinder, and it's a great success. It's just up to you how you use it. And yeah, I think the first thing I would say, okay, tell me, what have you done in the last uh, year or so to meet that person? And then you can ask them, okay, tell me, what have you done in the last
Your screen is frozen. Eva, your screen is frozen. I can't hear you.
like,
Yes, I can't hear you, Eva. Your screen is frozen. Sorry for the interruption. I don't know if she's joining me back, but I think she, by mistake, she's left, or I don't know what has happened there. But thank you for being with me today. Hope you had a lovely insights, and hope you have had a lot of takeaway from this. Please do share this video if you'd like to contact Eva for any dating questions. If any you have any relationship questions, please make sure you contact her. If you want to contact me, I can ask questions to her on your behalf as well. Do write me on comment box, and please do give me feedback on how this show is going. And I try to bring guests from various fields who have experience in their field. So tell me if you want any particular guest. Please do recommend any guest. If you wish to bring them on the show, do let me know. And thank you for being my guest today. This is your own show, Reflections with Darshana. I am Darshana Shah, and I will see you next week, Sunday, 8 p.m. So we meet every Sunday, 8 p.m. We have a very, very wonderful guest next week. He is the person who has brought around so many stories. He's from Art of Living, and he's Art of Living teacher, and he does this guru stories with very senior faculties of Art of Living. and the way he conducts this is so beautiful. It's going to be a bit late for him, but yet he's agreed. Maybe I might do a recorded session with him or something. His name is Digvijay. So make sure you stay tuned in next week as well, because he runs a lot of projects, and some of the projects he runs are very, very inspiring. So make sure you stay tuned in for next Sunday as well, 8 p.m. See you. That's it from me today. Bye now. Have a lovely evening. Bye.